doing that.
Thank you.
Well, you have to get that done. All right, I'm sorry about that. We had a couple breaks that we needed. Okay, item number 10A we're up to. This is third reading on two various items. So the first thing is going to be an industrial park. Again, that's located in Oconee County. It's called Project Shaker. The first thing is a public hearing on that. So if anybody in the audience wants to talk about that, this is your opportunity. Once, this guy's no, twice, 3 times. Okay, public hearing for that project is actually closed. I'm going to make a motion for a third reading on Project Shaker, which is a property industrial park located in Oconee County. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? Those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. This one actually passes unanimously. Okay, next item up is a public hearing and third reading on an ordinance that relates to litter control. I'm going to make a motion to approve that as presented. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion?
I would like to, there's a portion in there that says we give 15 days notice. And Councilman Holloway and myself were talking about, we might need to consider extending that to 30. Because if you've got to hire that out to get it done, you may not be able to find somebody within 15 days.
I'll second that.
This is true.
Any discussion, Mr. Roper, you want to weigh in on that?
No, that's under 34-86, 1
Yes.
subpart 3. It says 15 days.
So your motion is to change that to 30. Are you okay with that, the administration?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It
to
does.
you? I mean, it's hard to find somebody.
We end up operating in a grace period with these people a lot of times now
So
anyway.
there's an avenue for that.
There is.
So
But I understand the purpose of the amendment.
Okay, so the amendment is 30 days, which
Right.
Any discussion on that amendment? Those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That passes unanimously. This, now back to the original motion and the amendment. Any discussion on that? Okay, I just want to give a quick intro to the public. Years ago, the sheriff had 2 litter control officers, and they were reassigned. So 3 years ago, the county administration, under Mr. Roper, created our own litter control department. We then hired 2 litter control officers. They went through training. They're now Class 3 officers. They now have a gun and a badge. They're able to stop vehicles. They can hand out tickets. They can arrest people for litter and illegal dumping. Now, the next step was to create a county litter ordinance, as we didn't have one to speak of. So in some, the county is definitely stepping up its litter and dumping enforcement. People need to know that, including me who has a truck that sometimes doesn't put a tarp on. I'm on notice. We're all on notice. Now, my question to the administration is, what changes can the public expect going forward? Enforcing the tarp ordinance is going to be one of them, I imagine.
Yeah, so you will see more active environmental enforcement officers out there. They had tools previously under state law, but our litter ordinance was really outdated. For example, it made it really look like it applied just to the area around the recycling centers, which are trouble spots. But this makes it clear that this is a county-wide ordinance. So you do need to know that through the actions of this council, and the previous council, that you will get a ticket. You need a cover on your load. You need to make sure you are not littering. Woe unto you if you are found to be illegally dumping. Outside a recycling center when it's not open, that's illegal dumping. But a lot of those things are cleared up in this ordinance. The other thing this ordinance does is if we had the Class 3 officer, Mr. Chairman, that you've advocated for, if we have that officer and he or she takes another job with law enforcement and we have to hire somebody new during that interim before they receive their Class 3 certification, they've got a county ordinance they can enforce. And if it were just the state law, they would not be able to enforce it just as a county code officer. So it mirrors the state law a great big bit to a great deal, Mr. Seda, and it'll give us the tools we need to try to not only have the carrot, but also have the stick.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any other comments or questions on that? So
Mr. Roper, would you be willing to speak publicly to what you and I had our private conversation about the landfill and the issue there and what we're doing to mitigate that?
Yeah, absolutely. I thank you for the question. It is relevant. You asked the question last month, what if the county were the ones that were causing the litter? And I appreciate the question. We have two situations going on at our main landfill. One is that we went in and did some maintenance in and around that landfill. Some of the trees cause problems for the guys, the maintenance guys have to cut the grass and maintain it. And so they skirted the trees up. Well, they got zealous, they got overzealous, and they skirted the trees up higher than the fence line. So now there's a gap. We're looking at some solutions there. But part of it is a short-term issue where we were replacing our municipal solid waste, our MSW transfer station. We were getting a new ram that rammed that trash in. And while that was being repaired, and that involved a good bit of time, we were having to do a lot of things through the C&D transfer station, through the open tops. So we were pushing a lot of trash into open top containers. So we think now that the MSW transfer station, the enclosed containers are going to be coming back online, that people will see less trash in the neighborhood. But we're looking at some other things. We're looking at different county departments adopting different recycling centers, kind of a internal keep your highway beautiful sort of approach. So we're going to keep looking at different ways, but I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
any other questions, any other comments? So I'm going to call for the vote on the third reading of the litter ordinance and council laws as amendment to change it from 15 to 30 days. Those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. Next item up is number 11. We're going to get an update from the Pickens County Veterans Office, Mr. Walt Carter.
Mr. Chairman, members of the council, thank you for allowing me to speak to you tonight. Kind of give you a rundown of what's been happening in the Veteran Affairs Office. Last year in June 2024, I accepted the position of Veteran Affairs Officer. Through all the qualified personnel to help veterans claims for other benefits were no longer here. Brought in Melanie Gim, brought her back, and actually Giles come back as claims representatives. We attended our certification training and our accreditations. For our accreditations with the American Legion and South Carolina Department of Veteran Affairs. Also, we have attended a combined total of about 104 hours of annual training for the VA. But one of the first things that I noticed when I came into that office is that no one seemed to know what we did. They knew we were there, but they didn't know, they didn't have a clue. So I'm hoping to kind of give you an idea. The Pickens County Veteran Affairs Office educates veterans and their families on various VA benefits and programs available. We assist veterans with their families and dependents with filing claims, representing them during the appeal processes, and ensuring veterans receive the benefits they are eligible for, including disability compensation, education benefits, VA home guarantee, and health care. Some of the other services that we provide: forms, burial benefits, pensions, surviving spouse benefits, applications to the Richard M. Campbell Veterans Nursing Home, and applications for tax exemptions. That's just to name a few. We sometimes provide transportation assistance to VA facilities, such as medical center, and assist in obtaining and providing copies of military records and the DD-214s if needed. We coordinate events, ceremonies, outreach programs, honor veterans, and raise awareness about their services with veteran organizations to ensure veterans receive the best possible support. From July 2024 to April this year, we have assisted anywhere from 12 to 17 veterans per day in our office. 890 who were walk-ins to the office, and 668 with appointments. In that time, we've added 491 veterans to our database, and a lot of those are coming from outside the county to us. We've created over 1,432 forms, and 689 claims, and uploaded 1,534 supporting documents for files to the VA. Our work has resulted in awards, one-time awards to veterans and or their spouses of approximately $1.5 million in the past 11 months. Money that's come into the county that's outside of their normal monthly benefits that they receive. Some of the projects we've been involved with over the past year include Operation Green Light in November. That's where homes and buildings were lit up in green to honor them. We appreciate the county participating in that. We also had the Pickens County Veteran Appreciation Parade held in Liberty in November. And we were planning for the Vietnam Memorial Wall to come in November, got postponed, so it's now coming on May 15th. Well, actually, it's going to arrive here in next Tuesday, and the 13th. And dig in a little bit on that wall because that's going to be one of our big things. Wall and Hills exhibit features a 3/4 scale replica of Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. The replica is 375 feet in length, stands 7.5 feet high at its tallest point. Visitors experience the wall rising above them as the wall towards stage. That was a key feature of the design of the wall in Washington, D.C. Like the original memorial, Wall that Hills is erected in the chevron shape, and visitors can do name writings of individual service members' names on the wall. The replica is constructed of Avonite synthetic granite, and its 140 numbered panels are supported by an aluminum frame. Machine engraving of more than 58,000 names on with modern LED lighting provide readability of the wall day and night. 53-foot trailer that carries the wall that Hills transforms into a mobile education center. The exterior of that trailer features a timeline of the war and the wall, and provides additional information about the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington. Additional exhibits give visitors a better understanding of the legacy of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial and the coalition fighters veterans wall. Wall is going to arrive in Pickens County on May 13th. Be stop at Rock Springs Baptist Church in Easley, and at around 12 noon, it's going to be escorted by the Patriot Guard and other to Deerwood Farms on 765 Brazil Road in Liberty. That installation will begin at 8:30 on Wednesday morning. Once installed, it is open for viewing 24 hours a day until closing 2 p.m. on Sunday, May 18th. There will be an Agent Orange ceremony on Friday, May 16th at sunset, around 8:30. And the closing ceremony on 1:45 on Sunday, May 18th. Caps will be played nightly at sunset. We have signed up over 200 volunteers that are needed to assist guests, and we're expecting 5,000 plus visitors to this 4-day event. And I do know that some of them already had calls from a person that's in Raleigh, North Carolina is coming, and from St. Louis, Missouri, so they're coming from a ways out. I was surprised at that. Okay, as we prepare for the arrival of the wall at Hills here in Pickens County, we want to take a moment to remember those who died in the Vietnam War and are memorialized on the wall. Of the more than 58,000 individual service members' names on the wall, 896 were from South Carolina, and 21 of them from Pickens County. And I thank you for your time and your support of this office.
Thank you very much. So, Cohen, your question. Does anybody have any questions for him?
I have a question. How much of your office, help me understand the funding, do you receive federal funding as well? No, is it entirely county funding?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're, okay.
Mr. Lang?
I haven't quite figured it all out yet. But,
Where your funding comes from?
Yeah, but the only budget I've seen is what the county has.
Okay,
And so if they're getting some from somewhere else, I don't know. I think that everything we do is actually from the county. There might be a little bit that comes from the state. But we are not under the VA as a federal.
Okay, that was my,
We're state
okay,
in nature and down to county.
thank you.
If I can, what's your greatest need right now?
My greatest need?
Yeah.
Another person in that office.
It's important.
So that we can get it smooth, everything smoothed out. We want to try to transition to get rid of some of the solid cabinets, the paper in there, we just got way too much. And we just don't have time to do it because we can't turn anybody away when they come in. We've gone to an appointment system, which has, we started that back in November, and it really has helped us a lot. But we still, between doing appointments, we still have people that walk in, and we have to take care of them when they're there. At least into making an appointment for them, once we find out what it is. Sometimes we can do it, so take care of them and be done.
Do you have the stats on how many veterans are coming from other counties?
I can get that. I didn't actually run that. Yes, we do have some. It's a good question. Can I get that for you?
Sure.
Mr. Roper, budget? First, aren't we giving them an extra person?
Yes, so in the staff proposed budget, Walt and his staff came and did a very good presentation to the budget committee, justified the extra position. They were one of the few extra positions that were added in the staff proposed budget.
Yeah. I think I can see that, yeah.
Glad you got that many volunteers.
Yeah.
Claims representative in the Veterans Office.
That's great.
As far as, I could get it. In there without problem. We have to go to privacy act and all that. It's really difficult to utilize volunteers in the office. But I have been promised, or have been told by both Clemson University and Southern West that they would send us work studies if we could get that part figured out.
Any other questions, any other comments? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The next item up is 11B, recreation funding applications in District 4 and 6. Counselor Holloway, you're up.
The Bakersfield Recreation Department, I would like to recommend that we give them $4,000 for insurance, $2,500 for sports equipment replacement, $4,000 for field chalk, chemical and outfield care items, $2,000 for the cleaning supplies, paper products, $1,500 for fuel, $5,000 for tumble save mulch, that has to be done yearly, $9,000 for referee umpire fees, and $6,500 used on sanctioned sports, which is a total fund of $34,500, which is about $2,000 under what we have budgeted.
$34,500 is your motion for Dacusville Rec from the District 6 Rec Fund. Do I'll make a second on that? Do I hear any discussion on that?
Did that go through the rec fund committee, or was that a last minute because they didn't get their application in time?
Well, the committee actually referred it to us because of the initial amount was far larger than this, and we whittled it down and given them some essentials they have to have.
I just wanted to, for all the conversation we've had over the rec committee and the funding, I wanted it to be perfectly clear that that's
Yes.
for the record.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? Okay, those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Mr. Lane, you're up, District 4.
Yeah, we previously approved 2 of the 3 asks from Liberty, and I want to go ahead and I wanted to take a look at the third one. It was 50,000 for signage. I wanted to go ahead and ask to make a motion to go ahead and approve that. I was satisfied with.
I'll make a second on that. What was the exact amount? Do you
Oh,
know?
I have to look it up. I'll put it in your-
I think it was 50,500. Should have it. Hold on. I just want to get an exact amount here.
Just 1 second.
Hmm. I hear this. Rec was gonna be, Liberty was 50,550. I'll second that. Any discussion? So that money's gonna be going to Liberty Rec
Yes.
from District 4's rec account, 50,550. Those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. Next item up is presentation of Civic Plus boards and commission software. Clerk to the council, Ms. Nation, Joy.
Before I start talking about the software, I just want to give a brief overview of what we've done in the past for boards and commissions. So when I began my position with the county in 2018, boards and commissions information was not online at all. All I did was post the agendas and minutes, and then IT actually made a software for me that had the board rosters, the expiration dates. That was not available for the public to see. I mean, it was, but they had to come through me to get it. And that was in 2018 when I started. So, like I said, it was inaccessible to the public and a lack of transparency for our citizens. And so in 2021, we launched our new county website. And I, under council's main page, made a boards and commissions page with all the boards and commissions on there. Each page has the list of boards and commissions, the descriptions of each board, the rosters with the expiration dates, and then also agendas and minutes. It's helped improve transparency and public access to information regarding boards and commissions in Pickens County. However, the process to upload new agendas, minutes, change board members for each board became time consuming, and the pages really need cleaning up. So that's when in 2023, council gave me Matchboard, and that is the boards and commission software that I currently use. It's a digital software that helps local governments manage board appointments, term dates, and board applications. It's been a big improvement for public access. It's the links listed on our website where the public can go in and see the description of the board and the board roster. The only complaint I have about it is I can't upload the agendas and minutes with each board, so it's two separate places that I'm having to tell citizens to go to if they want to see when a term expires and then they want to see the last meeting minutes. And then another con that I have with Matchboard is for your master spreadsheets that I give y'all that list all the boards and commissions with every member and term date. I can't pull that from Matchboard, so I'm having to manually do it in Excel. So that's something that I've noticed too, that they have not launched yet within Matchboard. And so a couple of months ago, we started using Civic Plus agenda management for our boards and, or for your agendas and minutes for council meetings. And I recently completed a demo with Civic Plus engineering team about the boards and commission solution within Civic Plus. It has more features than Matchboard, one being that I can export the data into an Excel spreadsheet. It's fully integrated with our existing Civic Plus software. So we use the agenda management, and then we also use Municode ordinances for council ordinances. Each board and commission page will list the description, any enabling legislation, the board roster, board member term dates, agendas, and minutes all on one page. Another perk I saw was that I could customize email templates. So if they were appointed, I can get that information out, except going through each person to email stuff out. And then it's also $1,500 cheaper than Matchboard. And it's currently included in council's budget for fiscal year 26. So the total cost for the solution is $4,500. Matchboard was $6,000. And so with council's approval, I've talked to Mr. Roper, and we do have the money in the budget to move forward with purchasing so that I can start training. Training is usually 4 to 6 weeks. So I want to start as soon as possible just because our kickoff is usually July, August, September for boards and commissions. And I think that's it.
Any questions?
No, any questions?
Well, the one question I have is, so you're gonna save the 6,000 from match board? That's gonna go away or not?
It will still be there because of the 4,500. So
the
it's- there's a
45
saving.
Is in addition.
No.
No, it's consumed in that
So
6,000.
we'll get rid of match board completely and use Civic plus boards and commissions, and it's $4,500 instead of
So you'll save
6,000.
1,500.
So save
That's right.
1,500.
Okay, that's what. Any objections to any of this? We don't have to vote for it because it's a savings, it's in the budget.
That's right.
I want to thank you for doing the research and finding this,
Yeah,
and
good
I
job.
just also want to, again, encourage this council to consider using this new Civics Plus software. It's been phenomenal for me to help keep things organized and save some trees.
Any other comments? Okay, you're good to go. Thank you. Next item is number 12. It's a consent agenda. It's blank. Next item is number 13, executive session. I'm going to make a motion to go into executive session for personnel relating to the county attorney. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Okay, we'll take a short break and then go to executive.